Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be dealing with 15 pounds of blackcurrant, and I'm gonna make a puree of blackcurrant with sugar, and this is a non-cooked method of making preserves. And I'm also gonna make a blackcurrant preserves, but let's talk first what a blackcurrant is. The blackcurrant, also known as cassis, is of course a berry. It is native to parts of Central and Northern Europe and Northern Asia. It was cultivated in Russia by the 11th century when it was grown in monastery gardens. This berry contains the most natural pectin out of all berries. Therefore, no adding pectin is needed to make any types of preserves, jellies, jams. As far as the taste, they're quite sour, but when they're eaten raw, they have a wildflower and vanilla taste in them. They also will stain your hands and your mouth like crazy. So when we were kids and we ate those of my grandmother's bushes, we were easily caught by showing up in the house with our black lips. I got these beautiful black currants from my local Russian store and also bought sour cherries there, but let's deal with the black currants. These berries grow in clusters just like that. So first thing what we need to do, we need to free all the berries from the stems. And of course the prettiest ones I'm gonna reserve for decoration on the pies and cakes. But look how beautiful these berries are. So we're gonna put them in the colander and we're gonna wash them very well. And it looks like I have a huge box to do, and look at my hands, they're all stained. Look at this, guys. So we're just gonna wash the berries. We're gonna put them on the paper towel, and I leave in a very hot state, so I'm just gonna place them outside to dry. But you can also use a hair dryer to dry your berries, but it is important for you to dry your berries. They have to be completely dry before we preserve them. And look at this, 3 hours later, a 15 pound of black currants is done. It's all washed and dried. And now I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna weight my berries and I'm gonna make some fresh ones with sugar, and it's very popular in Russia. We make this in the winter time and we preserve it later for pies. So I'm also gonna freeze some fresh one for later, maybe to use in pies or any types of beverages. So I'm gonna make 3 1-pound bags and I'm just gonna freeze it, and it freezes very well. Then I'm gonna use some to make that blended with sugar preserve. Well, it's not typically a preserve because it's just a fresh berry puree blended with sugar. And some I'm gonna make a blackberry preserve, and I'm gonna reserve the prettiest ones, those clusters, and I'm gonna freeze them also, and then I'm gonna use them as a decoration for pies and cakes. To make blackcurrant blended with sugar, of course you're gonna need a blender, and I have a very strong blender, so I'm just gonna be putting my blackcurrant in portions in blender, and I'm gonna pulse it and blend it. As soon as it turns into puree, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna put it in the mixing bowl, and I'm gonna continue blending my whole 3 pounds of berries. This way of preserving blackcurrant is very popular in Russia, and my grandmother used to do it all the time since it preserves the natural flavor of the berry. And here's an important thing you need to know. I have 3 pounds of blended blackcurrant, and the ratio to make this preserve is 1 to 1.5. So for 3 pounds of blackcurrant blended, I'm gonna need 4.5 pounds of sugar. So we're gonna mix it together. The reason we need that much sugar because sugar is a natural preservative since we're not cooking the berries and we need to prolong that shelf life. We need to have that amount of sugar for berries not to ferment. From the other 3 pounds of berries, I'm gonna make the blackcurrant preserve, and the ratio for cooked preserve it is gonna be 1:1. So 3 pounds of berries to 3 pounds of sugar, and we're gonna place the sugar on top of the berries. We're gonna leave it overnight, and overnight when the berries release that juices, we're gonna start cooking it. And this type of preserve only cooks first day for 5 minutes. So as soon as the boiling process have started, cook it for 5 minutes, turn it off, and we're gonna leave it for next day to finish cooking our preserves. Let's go back to our blended blackcurrant. You need to mix it very often and leave it overnight so the sugar gets dissolved completely. Next day you will notice your blended blackcurrant is gonna thicken up a little bit, and at this point it's ready to go in the jars. So have the clean jars to put your blackcurrant in it, wash it with hot water and dry it very well. Then we're gonna put our blended with sugar blackcurrant in the jars going all the way to the top, and we're gonna seal them. And this type of preserve needs to be refrigerated. When it's refrigerated, the shelf life of this preserve is about 6 months. But this way you get a true taste of fresh berries in this preserve. And the same way we're gonna package our blackcurrant preserves, the one we cook, and you can give those as gifts to your friends or just keep them all for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video as I was preserving my childhood memories. Remember, I still have to deal with 15 pounds of sour cherries, so I have some work to do, guys. I hope you like this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.